Hello, everyone. I'm Audrey Peterson. My 8th grade teacher is why I'm an editor. We all have somebody. I'd like to introduce our next honoree, Paul McIntosh. As an educator and librarian for the Wadley Secondary School in New York, New York, Paul McIntosh has been committed to educating both students and faculty about African American history and art for more than 10 years. He has played a role in literally bringing the subjects to life for the students. Such esteemed guests as Councilman Charles Barron, Billy Perkins, Amiri Baraka, Luis Reyes Rivera, Tehut Nine, and many others have visited Wadley, giving students first-hand access to historical figures and role models in various disciplines. A gifted orator, historian, and organizer, McIntosh plans the school's African American, Hispanic, and Women's Month programs, as well as conferences, poetry readings, Black film festivals, lecture series, and exhibitions. He combines his passion for African American culture with an extensive knowledge base to help students appreciate their history and understand the limitless potential of their futures. McIntosh holds an MS in Urban Education and an MS in Legal Research from Pratt Institute. Please join me in congratulating Paul McIntosh.
Good evening. I grew up in Augusta, Georgia. I was speaking to an acquaintance earlier this evening, and we were commiserating about some of the circumstances that we endured as people growing up in what was, at that time, a very difficult milieu. I grew up in a place where people of color were not allowed to visit and be humane with people who did not look like them. I grew up in a time and a place where school was a 4-room wooden shack with an open ditch running alongside it. I think about the struggle of my mother. I think about the struggle of so many men and women whose names we will never, ever hear about or know, who sacrificed and struggled so that we could have this occasion. And I give thanks for that. I give thanks to everybody assembled in this room. I give thanks to you. I accept this with humility. I accept this with gratitude. I accept this with the knowledge that we would not be here today were it not for struggle. Permit me to conclude with something that I read many years ago. And I paraphrase. It says, to forget is exile. To remember is redemption. If we forget, or if we choose to forget, that we as a people have contributed significantly to the language of human experience. In fact, human experience began with us on the continent of Africa. And I say that embracing all of humanity. We should not forget that. It's been said that a man without a knowledge of himself is like a tree without roots. It can't grow. If we, and I mean all of this country, this rainbow, this mosaic that is America, that is humanity, if we forget our roots, we can't progress. In conclusion, the great poet Langston Hughes said, I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans, and I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. I've known rivers, ancient, dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the river.